Welcome back, everybody, to episode 2 of the Steel Dragons DLC. We're working on this first one, Humble Beginnings. Last time we did the Little Trouble in Big China. This time we're going to do Tea So Good, You're Going to Ship Yourself. Okay. It's kind of funny. All right, so right now it's November 26, 1880, and by June 82, so like a year and a half, we need to connect 7 cities to a rail network. We have 4 already. Then by September of that same year, we need to have 12 loads of ropes to Shanghai, deliver 12 loads. And then by December of that same year, we need to produce a total of 20 loads of packaged tea via our factories and businesses. And then by April of the next year, 1883, we need to deliver 20 loads of packaged tea to Shanghai. We'd probably put these two together here, try to ship them to Shanghai, or at least a bunch of them. So let's just see where we stand. We're sitting at 77,000, so not a whole lot of money. 86,000 a week. Let's see, can we take a bond? Okay, no, we don't have any bonds available. Are we close to getting one? We have $1.5 million out. Our valuation's 8. I'd say probably not. Ropes, we need to add. I think we already discussed last time that we were probably going to put the ropes in Nanjing. Yancheng is 33, Nanjing 34 and growing. So probably the ropes here would make the most sense. And then we need packaged tea. Well, packaged tea, if we go up here in the building construction, tea requires tea leaves and paper. See, we do have paper here. Tea leaves. Where do we have tea leaves? So we have tea leaves down here in Guizhou. Can't go that way. There's nothing above us. So all we can do is go west. There's no tea leaves there. There is tea leaves in Sichuan. No doubt we're going to have to come over here by this and somehow put a factory in one of these places maybe. Can't really click on the cities to see how big they are until we buy that area. The area is Hubei. It wants 367,000. Now there is a bonus to connect to Wuhan of 550. So we're going to want to do that for sure. Connect maybe Nanjing to there. And then Yingchang has a 300,000 bonus. So if we connect those two cities, we definitely more than pay for this Hubei. Sichuan right now is 200,000 because it only has one city, just Mianyang. Go back here, the 7 cities obviously has to be these 3. So we're going to have to kind of go faster here and see what happens. Research, we don't have any available at the moment. For our trains, if we look at them, they're making decent amount. Nanjing to Shanghai, that's a 3-city cluster sort of deal going on. 44,000, almost 45. Then the other express, we got Yangcheng to Nanjing there, 2 of them. 7,000, and then going to Shanghai from Yancheng, 17,000. As soon as we get up to 374, that keeps moving a little bit. We're going to buy this. And we fast forwarded till December 7th, and now we can buy Hubei. Oh, the price went up. Okay, now we can buy it. There we go. Now we can look at these cities, though. So Wuhan's at 18,750. It needs to grow a considerable amount for it to get another industry slot. Yicheng is at 30, so it's a little bit closer. So it might be where we're going to want to process tea leaves because the tea leaves are there. So we probably bring it here. That might make the most sense. Okay, so we have an express line right here just below his station. And we did this little thing here trying to block him. I don't know if that's going to work exactly, but we're going to try it. It's coming in Nanjing. It's going to be automatic. We're going to put our 2 wagons on it. We'll have 1 Rocket of China on it for now. And that's fine. It's on a single line, which is not exactly ideal. We're going to put down a supply tower. We'll also need to put a maintenance depot here in there. See, look at that, already filled up with people. So we got our 500,000 bonus from Wuhan when our automatic train went in there. So we doubled up this line, and then I noticed up here we have a connection bonus of 198,500 from this hemp farm. Even though we have hemp right there, I think we'll take this one and buy it anyways, and then if the competitors use it, we'll make money off them. So if we look at Wuhan, we can see that they do have a weaving mill factory, and a weaving mill, even though it's not ours, we could try buying it. Maybe it needs hemp for it to do anything, and so looky we actually have this that we set up, right? So we can bring this in. We'll want to run it full. We'll put it on freight, and we'll back this off to a Prussian. So we put a station over in Yichang. Now we'll have to rename that so it doesn't say Yichang 2, but anyways, we have our line down with Rocket of China automatic with our wagons. I'm going to put 1 of them down. That's fine. It's on a single line, so this should help us get this 300,000 bonus, and we're still waiting on this 198,000 bonus as well. So we see that Nanjing has now grown over 40,000. It's actually at 42, so we can put a new production down. Let's put a rope factory, and then we'll have to bring in, I think rope uses hemp. Perfect. So we'll bring in a train from here into Nanjing, and that'll give us our hemp to help make rope, which we can then ship down to Shanghai, because that was one of the things, 12 loads of rope, right? I'm going to upgrade this train from Wuhan to Nanjing, because if you look at it, it's running full and it's making 46,000. So let's bump this up to 3 trains. And then the next thing we're going to do is, as soon as we get this bonus that comes in, because we already got this one, I believe, from Yichang, we're going to buy Sichuan. Okay, we'll do that right now. And then we're going to try to lay a line over the Mianyang. Mianyang's at 16,000. It's also making cloth. So we have a line laid out for Mianyang to Yinchang. We're going to lay that down.
Slowly, more cities are being connected to the rail network one by one. Don't fear moving slowly, only fear standing still.
So that gives us our 7 cities to our rail network. We need to put a train on that. Put a train down. Let's go Rocket to China, automatic, with our wagons. As soon as we get the money, we'll lay that down. We do have another maintenance center in Mianyang, so that should help us create a little bit more income. We'll have to put a supply tower down here. Wonderful. Okay, so we needed to get access to these tea leaves, and there's only one, so we're going to go ahead and buy it. That way only we can have it. Okay, so we have tea leaves now. Back to our task. We need 12 loads of rope to Shanghai. Let's look at that quickly. I was bringing in hemp to Nanjing. See, it's got 5.8, so that's plenty. Maybe what the problem is maybe it's demanding, what, 0.7? It's making 1.2. Okay, I might have to upgrade this. Could be what the issue is, because I'm not really getting any extra to ship over to Shanghai. That's going to be a little expensive. And then we need to do packaged tea. So now we have tea leaves. We need cloth though. Is Nanjing getting cloth? I wonder. It is. It's got 4.4. We do have an industry slot open in Yangchen. We could put the packaged tea up there. We just would need a train bringing the paper up, and then we'd have our tea leaves coming from way over here. That's a possibility. And then Hangzhou also has an industry slot open. Now they got a cool thing now. I really like this. Reserved lot. It costs 50,000, but you can lay it down like I did here and up in Yangchen, and it kind of locks it off for us. I really like that addition. All right, so we need to get this packaged tea industry off the ground. So we could go and take this 1.2 million bond. I think we'll do that. So let's go down here. So now we have to get rid of this empty lot that we were sort of reserving. Let's put our tea industry in. So now we have that, and it's going to make 0.8. It needs paper and it needs tea leaves. Let's bump it up a bit, 0.2. Okay, that's wonderful. So then we have to come over here and book this up. All right, we have everything laid out from our tea leaves. We're going to bring them all the way to Yansheng Express. We're going to bypass Nanjing. We already have a bypass in there. We'll have to maybe put one in Wuhan once it gets busier, and possibly in Yincheng as well. We'll make it freight. Oh, I forgot to make it run full. Locking in number 1. So we'll do that. That's fine. So once that loads up, I'll probably do another one and have 2 if I can get enough money here. And that way, Yancheng should be getting lots of tea leaves to get this packaged tea factory up and running. If I go and start another one, boom, now we have 2. All right, so I see we have research here, 300. We're going to take the rail crusher, D17-1, because we need to keep moving down this line. That's okay. He can just be quiet. So let's take a look at it here. Let's look into here, and let's see. Rocket to China is 87%. We could go at the rail crusher. We'll move all of them to rail crushers. Here, how much is it going to cost? 71,000. That's fine. And let's see, where else? Okay, these guys right here, we'll move them to rail crushers, 70,000. And then these guys right here, we'll leave that 2. Move them to rail crusher as well. Crusher, that's rail crusher. Yeah, I think we're good. So we have a little problem here. I mentioned it earlier. Nanjing is taking too much of the rope, and there's none left to go to Shanghai. See, they're taking 0.8 and they're only making, what, 1.2, I think? So let's bump this up. Now they're going to make 2.4. That should help. And then the next thing we're going to have to bump up is way over here at our tea leaves, because we have 0 of 7. So we have 1 shipped out, 1 train already on its way, right? We look, let's see, where is it? Right there. But we need to increase this so we can create more tea leaves, and that's going to cost a cool 517,000, but we're going to need it because we need to do 20 loads of packaged tea. And here we have our money, 564,000. We'll put down this. So now we're creating 0.8 0.8 per week, 0 of 9. It didn't bump it up a whole lot, honestly. And they go up more as like a million. I think we just can't do that. Just don't have enough here. We do have one load of rope that got into Shanghai, so that's good. As far as Yanchen, let's look here. Tea industry, it is running, so that must mean we got our tea leaves in. Do we? Yes, we do. We have 1.9 still left. So what does it need? For every tea leaf and every paper, it creates 1.6 packaged tea. How are we sitting with paper? 1.3, 6.5. Okay, we're doing all right on paper. What we could do is go in here and let's look at our run to Nanjing. We have 2 at the moment. Maybe what we could do is bump it up a little bit. That way we could have, say, 4, and then it'll be able to create more paper. And then the other thing we'll want to do is we'll go 3 for now, I guess. Let's go over to Nanjing and see how is it sitting for bamboo. Okay, it's at 0. So yeah, we probably should have looked at that first. So let's see, where's our runs to Nanjing here? We got Shanghai right there. Okay, that's just Shanghai. Yancheng here. Oh, it's got Nanjing. Okay, let's get Nanjing off that and let's make it do a separate one. There. So now we're going to give Nanjing its own straight up line from gang stop. So it's running full off line number 4. We'll load that down and it's going to be 10.8 days. So I think one train will do it for probably quite some time. Right. I'm really tempted to get this paper mill in Nanjing. So I think I'm going to do it. Hopefully no one else bids on it.
If no one else bids, it's easy to win.
That's a good point. So now Nanjing, I own the paper and the rope factory. And Yancheng, I own the tea industry. So let's look in here. We now have 2 of 12 ropes to Shanghai. We have 8 of 12 packaged tea that was created. Now some of that's getting eaten up by Yancheng themselves. And they may be shipping some over the Nanjing. Nanjing maybe to me. Yeah, see, they're getting some there. So if I want to do this quicker, I'm going to have to bump up this factory even higher. Because altogether, if I look at this here, I'm demanding 0.6 in Nanjing, demanding 0.8 there, so 0.6 and 0.8, and then in Yangchang, I got 0.6. So I'm demanding 2, and I'm only making 1.6. So you can see how that's going to be a bit of a choke point. So if we look at this, to grow up even higher, we'll need 1.3 million. The thing is, I think I have to hit 60,000 if I remember right. So that's going to be a bit of an issue. We have some research available. I think we're going to jump up here to the secondary line. We're going to take advanced track construction, which will reduce our track construction cost by 5%. We did a few things here. We split all our stations in Nanjing, Yancheng, Shanghai, and Hangzhou. So now we actually took what was the express line stations and made them freight, put all the extra stations on the left and in the bottom here, and we made those express. And I think that'll increase our profit fair amount. If you look here, we're still at 5 of 12 rope and we're 12 of 20 packaged tea.
Strong ropes are essential for loading trade ships and making them seaworthy. Water can carry a boat, but it can also sink it.
So we did our second task there. Our 12 loads of rope to Shanghai is now done. We just got to worry about this tea. We got to make 20 loads of packaged tea, and then we have to deliver 20 to Shanghai. We've made 13 and 20. We've delivered none to Shanghai. And I think what the problem is, we need to upgrade our paper mill. We're just not making enough paper to ship over to Yangcheng. So now if we make 3.2 paper, we just take a quick look here. See, they're going to move some to Wuhan, unfortunately. Shanghai wants 0.9, Hangzhou wants 0.5, Yancheng wants 1.4. So we're going to need even more, really. We're going to take damping, which will increase the maximum speed locomotives can corner by an additional 10%. I noticed Shanghai is getting really close to 100,000. So we're going to take out this immigration office and we're going to put the university down. Right there should work good. That way it can grow above 100,000. Now our T is still going pretty slow, so we need to bump this up. So we'll go level 3, see if that makes a difference. We also have fixed our Nanjing paper issue now. We're making way more paper.
This packaged tea can be stored for a long time for its transport to Europe. A lucrative business indeed.
Okay, so now we have our 20 loads of packaged tea. So all we need left is the ship tea down to Shanghai. Now we're going to take lightweight construction, which is going to increase revenue for mail bags by an additional 5%. Now we're coming into Shanghai with the last of our packaged tea. Kind of a weird horn, isn't it? So once we get this, we will have finished this section here. It took longer than I thought. There was a lot of moving parts, and I see places places I could have did it better. Times like maybe there's choke points at factories and stuff and I didn't catch it quick enough. So there's definitely room for improvement.
The tea is off on its way to the west. A job well done. The Qing dynasty is satisfied with the tea transport. Perhaps they are beginning to understand that though the rails may pierce the countryside, they can also be quite beneficial for agriculture and industry. I have used my inside contacts to grant you access to another region concession. These farmlands contain precious raw silk farms, a delicate and costly resource. I trust that you handle it with proper care. Create a good supply route for fine silk products and have them shipped in Shanghai.
So I don't know if you noticed, but if we look here, our balance for the last 7 days, we're actually making more off factories than we are off freight. I don't know if that's ever happened to me before. So like I said, it's a little bit slower than I would have wished. Shanghai's at 120,000, still growing. Yangchang's at 80, kind of stagnant. Nanjing's at 100,000, stagnant, because I didn't realize it was that high. I'll have to put a university down. If you like that video, like, comment, subscribe. Come back and watch another great video of Viking Me Gaming.